Hey everyone, Caffeine Man here, and today we're going to be going over one of the newest GameFuel energy drinks out there, and it is called the Citrus Cherry from Dr. Disrespect. And that's right, Dr. Disrespect trying to make a comeback after all the other issues he's had from another energy drink company that had the word fuel in it, and a G. Coming right up. Hello again everyone, thank you so much for joining me today. On my channel, I go over everyday energy for everyday people, which includes mostly energy drink reviews, caffeinated products, and caffeine safety videos. If that sounds right for you, feel free to hit the subscribe button. I post new videos every Tuesday night and one on the weekends, and if you like this video, feel free to share it with others. Get the name out about Caffeine Man. And in today's video, we're going over the newest GameFuel flavor. That's right, GameFuel is still in business. I don't see it in very many stores at all, near me at least. Not sure if you see it near you, but I mean, I would personally feel like it could be on the decline because a lot of their drinks are okay drinks. They're pretty good energy drinks, but in each and every one of the categories that they make a flavor for, there's definitely something better out there. And GameFuel, Amp, Mountain Dew just doesn't really seem to learn from their mistakes with what they put in their products. So they gotta hire big time people like Dr. Disrespect to promote their drink, but just because you pay someone a lot of money to promote your drink, LeBron James and Rise, doesn't mean people are gonna buy it if it's not good. But we'll see how this Dr. Disrespect flavor goes, because I'm sure some of you remember from several years ago, I did do a review on this flavor right here from this guy right here. And that is the GFuel Black on Blackberry Dr. Disrespect. And when this came out, this actually got a really good score. It was a 9.1 on the Caffeine Man rating chart, which at the time was really high. I mean, this was the second batch of GFuels that they came out with. They first came out with 4 original cans, and then they came out with 4 inspired by cans. This was one of them. And yes, 9.1 is a great score in general. But when you look at all the GFuel scores, there's a lot more that are higher than that now. But this was a great blackberry flavor, and a lot of people were very sad when they stopped making it, and it was because there were issues with Dr. Disrespect, which I can't even begin to get into right now, mostly because I didn't look it up. But apparently Pepsi, Mountain Dew, GameFuel, Amp wanted to pick him up. He got a sponsorship with them, and we'll see how this flavor does. You know, Black on Blackberry seems to be fairly different than a citrus cherry, but you know, you got a cherry flavor, could be close to kind of berry. It's interesting because GameFuel already has a cherry flavor. They had come out with their Charged Cherry Burst, but if you saw my review on the GameFuels, you'll know that I didn't really like it that much. So maybe they're replacing this with a citrus cherry, or they're just adding it because maybe this was more of a cherry flavor that didn't really go over very well. And this is a citrus cherry, which means it could be much more closer to a cherry lime flavor, which is ironic because just this week I did the Ghost Cherry Limeade. So we'll definitely get to see how they compare to each other. And if you do want to know everything there is to know about GameFuel, I did make a quite extensive video on the history of Mountain Dew. Yeah, if you want to know about Mountain Dew's history, leading all the way up through Amp, Kickstart, and GameFuel, as well as a taste test of their original flavors, be sure to check out that video right there. It's an oldie, but goodie. Since I went over all the ingredients in that video, all we're gonna be doing is tasting it out in this video. And here's the can, and there he is. Not too much different than another can. Color similarity. Picture of the person. But yeah, you know, those are his colors anyway, so it makes sense that they would go that way with it. And of course, he has made a really big name for himself, and I can't help think of other people that have made a big name for themselves. One of those people is Energy Drink Josh. He is huge on Instagram, and he is also huge on my channel because thanks to him, I actually have this drink. Like I said, I can't find most of the GameFuels near me, so I usually have to rely on Energy Drink Josh to send me these drinks. So big shout out and thank you to Energy Drink Josh for sending this to me. You can check him out on Instagram. He posts pictures of energy drinks almost every single day. You are bound to see something you haven't seen before. He is also on Twitter. Thanks, Josh. Let's taste it out. Actually, I love opening these cans. They're a lot of fun. They have this unique top, if you didn't know. It ends up being a resealable top, but it's got this little white thing on there, and it always explodes when I open it. So I'm gonna try actually coming closer to the camera so you can see the explosion. So much fun. I don't know how well that worked because I was too focused on not spilling it. Here we go. Oh my goodness. That is It looks like it's coming out orange, and then it's this orange, red, dark orange color. My goodness. A lot of companies aren't really putting artificial colors anymore because people don't like artificial colors. But like I said earlier, Mountain Dew and GameFuel never learned from their mistakes, so they continue to put colors in their drinks, losing out on a decent amount of people that might pick it up if it didn't have color in it. Not to mention the 23 grams of sugar, which it might be a turnoff for some people, but I said it in my other video, so if you don't go back and watch it, I'm repeating it now. 23 isn't horrible compared to some of the other energy drinks out there that are up there like in the 50s. 54, 56. And as long as you have less than 32 grams of sugar in your daily diet, that is considered the max amount that you should have for the day without being unhealthy. And this falls within that category. Don't leave me comments about how horrible sugar is. Just go watch all my other videos. I know sugar is not good for you. A lot of people like the sugar-free drinks. Let's just go ahead and taste it out. Troublemakers. I mean, if it's your first video, then know that I know sugar-free is better for you. Just saying compared to the super high sugar is not that. Just taste it out, I said. Don't distract me. Alrighty, this is going to be an interesting one. Your carbonation is a medium carbonation, and I'm not really going to say it's medium to high because I really feel like they went much more medium with the carbonation, which I like. It makes it a little bit of a smoother feel. For your sweetness, it's medium to high, closing in on high. It really feels like it's about ready to hit that high mark, and I think that the more you drink it, I wasn't hit with sweetness automatically right away, but as I went in for that third sip, I said, yeah, no, this is getting pretty sweet. So I am going to say that it is closing in on high. And for that flavor profile, I'm going to say the same thing. It is medium to high, closing in on high. It's weird. This is why I said this is interesting, is that I kind of like the flavor. It's not terrible. I usually refer to the GameFuel and Kickstart drinks sort of being like a glorified sodas, much more healthy than soda, but it's still coming from a soda company, so it still has those elements of feeling kind of like soda. But oddly enough, even though I kind of like it, I'm not sure why I like it, because it's called citrus cherry, and I'm not getting much citrus at all out of it, which is good. I don't overly enjoy citrus flavors, so that's probably kind of why I like it a little bit. I was expecting it to be a little more citrusy, and it's not very citrusy at all. And as for cherry, I don't really think it's overly cherry either. And I think with that certain amount of sweetness that it's giving you, and that certain amount of cherry and lime that it's giving you, I think it's also giving you a bit of that soda flavor, and all of those things combined to give it an almost high flavor profile, but not quite there. But it's definitely, I'm not sure how they get citrus cherry out of that. And I am going to go in one more time just to help maybe relieve some of that confusion, because like I said, I was expecting one thing and I got something else. So maybe after talking about it, I can maybe focus in on something else. I think even though I said I liked it, it's not something I would ever buy again. I'm just saying, compared to what I thought it was going to be, I'm surprised that I do like it a little bit. I do think it is hitting that low end of high, so I am going to change it from closing in on high to hitting that low level of high. And I think the more you drink it, that sweetness is really going to stack up a little bit and almost be a little too sweet, because of the fact that, like I said, you're not getting much citrus, you're not getting much cherry, so you're kind of just left with a sweet soda-esque kind of flavor. And the only reason people would buy this and continue to buy it is if they kind of like the sodary flavors with a touch more caffeine than soda, only 90 milligrams in a 16-ounce can. But they're probably going to be buying it just because it has the name Dr. Disrespect on it. He'll get credit for all those initial sales, but he won't be getting many follow-up sales from it, because when we go ahead and take a look at the Caffeine Man rating chart and compare it to maybe some cherry limes, just because it says it's citrus, it should have some citrus in there. A lot of competition up there, but where's Dr. Disrespect gonna go? Well, hopefully he doesn't feel disrespected by this review, but I'm gonna give it a 7.8. 7.8 I don't think is considered a bad score. Most of my drinks do sometimes get higher than that, so Dr. Disrespect getting a 7.8. I really think that GameFuel needs to stop putting their money into big brand name people and really just make a better product. Come on, GameFuel. Pepsi just bought Rockstar. Collaborate with them a little bit. Learn to make a better energy drink. Thank you again to Energy Drink Josh for sending me this product to review. I really do appreciate it. And thank you all for joining me. I really do appreciate that. Share this video. Let people know about Dr. Disrespect's Citrus Cherry and whether you think they should get it or not. And until next time, have yourselves a great day. Or night.